Hi, let's today focus on Palo Alto Destination NAT. This is a lab number 16. Till 15 we have covered the source address translation. In this lab we will translate the destination IP address, which is the public, to the private. Now before start lab I have configured interface zone, right, and default routing. We have a default route pointing towards the service provider router 1, right, and these three interfaces are directly connected to the firewall. Ethernet 1/1 ISP-A zone, Ethernet 1/3 LAN zone, Ethernet 1/4 is my DMZ zone. So what is the requirement? We have one machine, right, internet user, right, this is for our testing. If somebody is trying to access destination IP address 100.64.1.3, it should get translate to private IP address of LAN web server, means 10.1.10.10, right, destination NAT. We don't want source NAT address over here. Why? Because internet user are accessing our LAN web server over the internet. So what will happen? Firewall receive the packet from outside on interface Ethernet 1/1. Is it clear? Okay, let's go and configure the destination NAT step by step. Okay, so go to the firewall policy, NAT policy, add policy, and define DST NAT, destination NAT, LAN web server. Okay, original packet, source zone. Okay, now the packet is received on interface Ethernet 1/1. So my source zone will be ISP-A, right? ISP-A is my source zone. Go to the firewall and select the ISP-A as a zone. Okay, what will be the destination zone? Here you go, guys. Destination zone is also ISP-A, SRC zone, ISP-A, and DST zone also ISP-A. How? In the packet, right, in the packet your source IP is internet and destination IP is 100.64.1.3. When Palo Alto firewall receive the packet on Ethernet 1/1, so it will automatically consider ISP-A as a source zone. Then Palo Alto look at the destination IP address from the packet. What's the destination IP address? 100.64.1.3, which is our public IP address. Palo Alto look for the route to reach the destination. How to reach 100.64.1.3? Oh, come on. It is directly connected to the Ethernet 1/1. Why? Because Ethernet 1/1 having IP address 100.64.1.1/29, which does include, that subnet does include 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6. Now the destination IP address 100.64.1.3 is also reachable via Ethernet 1/1. That is the reason destination zone also ISP-A. In the security NAT policy, source zone ISP-A. Why? Because packet is received on interface Ethernet 1/1 and Ethernet 1/1 is a part of or member of ISP-A zone. And the destination IP address 100.64.1.3 is also directly connected to Ethernet 1/1, So the destination zone also is destination zone also ISP A. Okay, got it? Yeah. So Ethernet ISP A. Destination interface Ethernet 1/1. See, we are creating original packet over here, right? So when originally firewall receive the packet, so for that packet destination interface is the Ethernet 1/1. Service, let it be any. Source address should be the any, and destination address here 100.64.1.3. Okay. Now packet, if the packet matches the original packet, right, or condition match the original packet, then translate it and select the static IP, and you can use here private IP address, which is 10.1.10.10. see here 10.1.10.10. is it clear? Means this is public IP address before translation and private IP address after translation, or in other words, original destination IP address before translation and destination public IP address after translation. Here you have to define. Clear? Okay. Now the next is, definitely you would require the security policy. Be careful, right? In the security policy, add security policy. Okay, name LAN web server access, then source zone ISP A, destination address any, right? Because it's an internet. Now what about the destination zone? In the NAT policy, we have considered ISP A to ISP A, but what about the security policy? There is a one rule, right, when you are performing the destination NAT. In the security policy, you always use pre-NAT IP and post-NAT zone. Pre-NAT IP means your public IP address 100.64.1.3, and post-NAT zone means 100.64.1.3. this is my public IP address, will translate to 10.1.10.10, and 10.1.10.10 is reachable via Ethernet 1/3, and Ethernet 1/3 is a member of LAN zone. So in this case, guys, our post-NAT zone is our LAN zone. Is it clear? So pre-NAT IP and a post-NAT zone. Clear? Okay. This is the rule. Destination zone, your LAN zone, destination address, you have to mention a public IP address over here. 100.64.1.3. Currently let it be okay, any. Okay. NAT policy, perfect, ISP A to ISP A, right? Destination interface Ethernet 1/1. Destination IP address, public IP address means a public IP address before translation. Translate packet, use static translation type, and translate address, public IP address after translation, right? 10.1.10.10. Clear? So let me go and commit the configuration. Configuration committed successfully. Okay. So now go and access your internet PC, right? And from there open your browser, web browser, and browse your public IP address, right? 100.64.1.3. So you should get the web page of LAN web server. Okay, and we'll see the logs. Okay, so 100.64.1.3, right? Oh, see, web page, right? Okay, so let's go and check the logs, okay, whether translation happened or not. Go to the firewall, monitor. Under monitor you can see the logs. Okay, you must see the logs. I hope the login is enabled on the security policy which we have configured by default. Yay! Yes, guys. Look at over here. Look at over here. Okay. So now this is your public IP address, right? A 189.52.10.2, which is my internet test machine. Ingress, the traffic is received on Ethernet 1/1. What is the destination IP address? 100.64.1.3, and destination IP address NATed with 10.1.10.10, and egress interface means out interface is Ethernet 1/3 and port number 80. Clear? So yes, so NAT we have configured destination NAT, right? And we can see the logs, right, where destination IP address is being translated to the private IP address. Next, come on, now let's quickly. Okay, next we have one more server, destination NAT 100.64, destination IP address is 100.64.1.4, translate to DMZ server 10.2.20.10. So same again in this scenario also there is no changes, guys. There is no changes in the logic, right? So go to the policy, okay, NAT policy, add policy, then there DST NAT DMZ, DMZ web server, original packet, of course ISPA, destination also ISPA. Why? Because 100.64.1.4 is directly connected to the Ethernet 1/1, right? Then destination interface Ethernet 1/1, source IP address no problem, 100.64.1.4, okay. Then translate address, use a static method and use IP address of the DMZ web server 10.2.20.10, okay. Commit. What about security policy? Of course you have to go and configure the security policy. One more security policy, okay. Security policy name DMZ server access. Source should be ISPA because traffic is coming from the internet, right. Destination zone post NAT zone, okay. So it will be the DMZ over here. And what about destination IP address? Pre-NAT IP means public IP address 100.64.1.4. Let it be application as a any, service any and action any. It should be particular port number 80 or 443. Okay, okay. So now we have a NAT policy and we have the security policy as well. Commit to configuration. Let's go and test. Where is our machine? Okay. So now 100.64.1.3, right, translate to my LAN web server and now try 100.64.1.4. It should get translated to my DMZ. See, this is the DMZ, DNXT DMZ server. Let's go to the monitor and see the logs, right? You should see the logs now. Refresh. Okay, refresh. It will take time. Okay. So now you will see the, yeah, perfect. Okay. So now look at over here. First, from zone ISPA to zone now DMZ. Previously it was a LAN. Public IP address 100.64.1.4 is now NATed with the 10.2.20.10, and egress means out interface is my Ethernet 1/4. Perfect. And if you want to see the security policy, right, look at over here. For DMZ rule has been evaluated, right? And for LAN rule has been evaluated. Is it clear? So this is how destination NAT work. This is a one key point you have to remember, right? Palo Alto firewall always look at the destination IP address, and based on destination IP address it will look for the route. Based on the next stop, or if it is directly connected, it will decide the zone. In this case, our source zone is ISPA. Why? Because traffic received on Ethernet 1/1, and the destination IP address 100.64.1.3 and 100.64.1.4 is directly connected to the Ethernet 1/1 interface. That is the reason our destination zone is also ISPA, right? So in the security NAT, your source zone always the ISPA, in this case to ISPA, but in the security policy Pre-NAT IP means public IP address you have to allow as a destination, and destination zone post-NAT zone. Clear? Thank you so much. Bye bye.